Alright guys, let's swipe left. Here's Chris. Captain? No. Nick? Too young looking. Dave? Why? Why are you doing this? No. Chris? No.
6 months later.
No. Brian, no. Anthony, no. Daniel, no. Oh, Andres. Jason, okay. Not bad, not bad. 5'11", likes volleyball. Nope. Jimmy, no.
This video does a good job of illustrating a woman's paradox of choice when it comes to dating.
Facts!
The speed at which she's rejecting the men, combined with her obvious disappointment at all of the profiles, might suggest she's a bastion of feminine perfection. Let's find out by looking at more of her videos.
Alrighty then.
So help me, people, because I'm a single mom. I'm not super fit. I do work out. I like to work out. I have a squishy midsection. I have stretch marks. I have cellulite. I do not look good in a bathing suit. Like, where are you guys at?
Am I living in a nightmare right now?
Like most other single mothers, you'd think she might just be happy with a man who's willing to perform the role of the beta provider.
No! God, please, no! No!
But this lady seems more entitled, in that she's still operating from a place of hope, rather than probability.
Not a great plan.
So I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed because I have been single for 4 years, off and on. And not one of my friends has ever been like, oh, I have a friend for you. Oh, I have a neighbor that would be good for you. Oh, I have a son. I have a coworker.
Where did you get those clothes? At the toilet store?
No one has ever recommended anyone to me. Why? What is wrong?
Aside from being a post-wall, single mother, here's what's wrong. She's been single for 4 years, so probably has a body count that would make John Wick feel inadequate. By her own admission, she also has cellulite, a squishy midsection, and doesn't look good in a bathing suit. Like many modern women, she has low standards for her own quality, yet maintains high standards for men. Simply put, she overvalues herself, and is delusional about her own level of attractiveness.
You're goddamn right.
In China, if a woman over 30 years old but she's not married, she will be called Sheng. Sheng means leftover woman. You got it?
The leftover woman phenomenon is something that's already been widely reported, particularly in China. Here's a news segment talking about it.
Yay! It refers to women who are considered by Chinese standards to be too old to marry.
Chip Reed is in Beijing, where attention to these women is suddenly growing. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning to you. You know, in many parts of the world, there have long been discussions over the appropriate age to get married. But what's surprising here in China is that a woman can find herself labeled a leftover woman as young as 25.
Chen, a former deputy mayor of Los Angeles and a successful businesswoman, is the author of the Chinese language book, Do Not Marry Before Age 30, in which she urges women to pursue their careers while postponing marriage.
What?
But that can be a risky strategy in China, where single women over 30 and even in their mid to late 20s can find themselves branded as leftover women.
What else can older unmarried women be described as, if not leftover?
I have no idea.
The terms spinster, thornback, and old maid are no longer politically correct.
Boom. Roasted.
Explain to me what it is like for a Chinese woman to be a leftover woman.
When they go to work, people call them leftovers to their face.
Chen says these women are trapped between the present and thousands of years of Chinese history.
So 31 and not married, you're over the hill.
Is like a complete travesty.
Even though the interviewer is being facetious, there's truth in what he's saying.
He ain't lying.
Because to be over the hill simply means that a person is past one's best when it comes to performing a particular activity.
Bingo!
As far as dating's concerned, this is true for women who have hit the wall.
I'm lonely. I'm old.
Catherine Zhou spent her 20s and early 30s working on her career. Now 35, she says she can't get a date, much less a husband. Chinese men, she says, want younger, more subservient wives.
Maybe younger girl is more naive and easygoing.
She says many men find her intimidating.
I'm quite independent. Maybe this is also one of the reasons the person afraid to be with me.
Catherine says she learned those qualities from her parents. Until she finds a husband, she's living with them, which means she feels constant pressure from her mother, who says at this point she'd be happy if Catherine married a frog.
When your own mother says she'd be happy if you married a frog, you know that things are looking bleak.
Damn right.
But her parents also need to take some responsibility here, because they should have taught their daughter about the importance of finding a husband in her peak years.
Yes, that is very true.
Do they tell you you're too picky?
Sure. They think I'm too picky.
They do.
Yeah.
Catherine says she's only interested in finding true love.
I believe there's still somebody waiting for me. We're just looking for each other. We just miss the way.
But as a leftover woman, she worries it might be too late at the ripe old age of 35.
The Chinese government is going to do what about this?
Who the hell cares?
Well, the Chinese government really doesn't do much about it, but there are schools all around the country, and certainly most schools are supported by the government, but it's really, I think, an effort that's being led locally to try to teach women what they need to do. In fact, there's a course in Shanghai that's called Leftover Women Rescue.
Who a person chooses to spend the rest of their life with is the most important decision they'll ever make. So why is this not taught in schools?
I don't know. It's really messed up.
Why is relationship studies, home economics, and general life skills not on the curriculum in any capacity? This would help bypass the need for courses specifically designed for leftover women.
Boom. Roasted.
Where did we all get this idea that we weren't going to live very long?
What?
I spent most of my adult life thinking that I wouldn't make it to my 30s, and now that I'm actually 30, I don't know how to be an adult because I didn't think I would ever get here. It honestly took me until about 27, 28 to realize that I would make it to 30, so that's when I actually started trying to learn things. Where did that idea come from? Who told us that? Because, you know, our parents' generation did not experience the same thing.
Humans are dumb.
Don't you think it's a little up that there's seemingly a whole chunk of a generation that had this idea in their head? I know so many people that thought this. Most of my friends growing up thought that they wouldn't make it.
What?
Welcome to adulthood, bitches.
This video provides a good example of what the average modern woman's mindset's like before the age of 30.
Oh my God, you're so stupid.
More proof that the education system is failing.
The universe is basically an animal. It grazes on the ordinary, creates infinite idiots just to eat them. You know, smart people get a chance to climb on top, take reality for a ride, but it'll never stop trying to throw you, and eventually it will. There's no other way off.
So where are those single 30 to 40-year-old men at that aren't trying to lead a double life with a whole wife and kid at home?
Boy, this party really died.
And someone that's interested in seeing a 36-year-old single mom at?
Bruh.
I'm waiting.
Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away?
Nuke the entire site for Morbid. It's the only way to be sure.
Voices in our